Hello and welcome back for another top 20 PVE base location video. Today we are doing the center map, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting at number 20, 46.7 latitude, 28.1 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're at the base of the floating island, and as you can see, it's probably the most beautiful location in the game, which is why it makes the list, but it might not be the most ideal for some. You can obviously build a decent water pen here and you can tame all these creatures in here. Be a really good place to breed your water creatures. There is quite a lot of space and it is flat, so it's a nice area to build if you're looking for something like that. There's metal obsidian that spawns all around this island here and on the other islands around this big lake. Of course you can fly in this cave and there's more resources up here. Like there's metal and everything in here, so you can obviously have your Anki and your RG and just fly through there and farm stuff like that. If you go in the water, there's silica pearls and oil in here scattered throughout. There's some pearls there and some oil there, more pearls. So you basically got access to all those rare resources. And of course, if you go to the top of the floating island, that's where you find all the good stuff to tame. RGs, Rexes, aloes, you name it, it's all up here. Obviously you do need cryofridges and cryopods to thrive in this location. Next base location is going to be at 22.7 latitude, 33.2 longitude. Here's our location on the map, right on the North Snow Mountain. If we just zoom out from here, you can see it's an extremely big flat spot. We're right underneath the mountain here, so you can find all your metal, oil, crystal, all up here. As you can see, there's plenty of it everywhere. It's a really nice location to build with a nice view of the whole map from here. Next base location is going to be located at 30.8 latitude, 83.9 longitude. Here's our location on the map. This one's a really nice spot to build. As you can see, it's pretty flat. Of course, you're right next to water here. In the canyon area in the middle, it's quite shallow, so you can breed some smaller creatures in here if you wanted to. And you got water running right through next to your base. And if you go to the cliffside, you got metal spawning all around the edges around here. It's everywhere. There's crystal as well, more over there, or you can build a water pen down below next to the beach. Next base location is going to be 31.7 latitude, 15.5 longitude. Here's our location on the map, directly in between the two snow mountains. We're next to the green obelisk here. It's always great being near an obelisk. As you can see, you can make a decent size pen to house your dinos. There's plenty of building space and room. You've got the water down below for your water source. You've got the penguins spawn on the snow island in the middle with all the oil rocks, and there's more oil underneath in the water. And of course you're surrounded by the two snow mountains for all your rare resources. Same with the floating island in the middle. Probably the best place to tame all your creatures and find rare resources and beaver dams. Next base location is located at 91.0 latitude, 67.7 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're at the bottom of the map in the redwoods biome. As you can see, a large flat area. We're by this beautiful looking waterfall where beavers are swimming around with their dams at the bottom. So you got cement paste right on your doorstep. You've also got a metal and crystal spawn on your doorstep also. Next base location is going to be at 34.8 latitude, 65.8 longitude. Here is our location on the map, right at the edge of the river here. This is not the base location, this is the entrance to the underground world, so this is what you want to be looking for if you want to be able to fly down into it. It has about 5 or 6 entrances. This is the only accessible entrance with a flyer. So if you just zoom out from here, this is what the area looks like. You're right on top of this mountain where the metal spawn is. And if you just go all the way down here and follow this tunnel all the way through, it will bring you into the underground world. This is where the long tunnel will bring you out, and this is the underground world. If we just go into the center here, there's two spots where I think are the best locations to build in here, and it's the center island here, or if you just go to the beach on the other side. there is a really good flat spot here. Of course, it's a bit hard to navigate around the map because you have to fly out, but obviously with the use of crypods and stuff, you can definitely get around it. It's definitely worth it because this base is amazing. There's a mini sun in this big cavern, so it never gets dark in here. There's metal and crystals scattered around all the edges of this, so you can farm that easily. And if you go in the water here, you can build an extremely big water base in here, and it would be a great location to be breeding your creatures. You've got a load of oil and silica pearls that spawn on the bottom of this lake in here. Either way, this spot is too good to not put on the list. It is such a nice location to build. Next base location is located at 24.6 latitude, 47.9 longitude. Here's our location on the map, near the centre of the map. Best place to be, should we say. This is a really nice flat location. Little island here, right opposite Lava Island, so you're very close to the best location in the game to tame all those high tier creatures and all the rare resources on the island, and the 2 awesome caves on there also. Of course, you can build your water pen and house all your water creatures in here. And of course, if you just fly more inland, you can get crystal, obsidian and metal everywhere. The centre map is full of all these riches. Next base location is going to be located at 43.3 latitude, 63.0 longitude. Here's our location on the map, direct centre of the map. Of course, you got your water source below. Could house a few water creatures in here if you want to. You've got pearls and oil in this water below. Nice spot to build on top. It's quite flat. And if you go towards north, there's a beaver dam spawn right behind your base. So that's a great thing to have too. Of course, go back to the area here. If you go towards northwest, west direction, there's some nice metal spawns and crystal spawns. Next base location is located at 45.6 latitude, 45.6 longitude. Direct centre of the map. This is a great spot to build. If we just zoom out from here, you can see it's extremely flat in this area. You can make a huge base with loads of land space for creatures or anything you don't want to cryopod. If you turn around, you've got your beaver dam spawn right on your doorstep. And what better way to walk out your base with a beautiful view of the floating island right in front of you. Metal, crystal, obsidian spawns aren't too far away either. If you just go north directly towards this mountain here, if you can call it a mountain, there's a lot of metal on there, and of course there's a lot more inland. The only rare resources you'll struggle to find in this area are oil and silica pearls. However, if you go to the river northeast from here, you'll find a couple of oil nodes in the water below. Next base location is going to be at 52.4 latitude, 46.0 longitude. Here's our location on the map. In the direct centre once again, we're in this ruin here. It's got an open top. You can build cliff platforms in here. It's quite flat. You can build a nice structure in here for all your furniture, maybe a small dino pen. Of course, you don't really need a dino pen in here because it's mainly sealed off. Got a beautiful view of the southern snow mountain and the redwoods. It's just a really nice location to build. We're in the centre here, so we're near all the metal, crystal and obsidian spawns. And of course you're right next to the water here also. So you got your water source, and this is quite a nice depth for a water pen as well, for your smaller water creatures. Next base location is going to be another ruin. We're at 46.9 latitude, 64.5 longitude. Here's our location on the map, directly centre once again. So it's a good spot to build, just for being in the centre of the map. It's nice and flat in here. You can extend your base outside. Either way, if we just come outside just to show you what it looks like. Right on the beach, you got your water source, maybe to house your ocean creatures also. Right above your base, you've got a metal spawn. And if you go down into these ruins here in the water, this is where oil will spawn, silica pearls, and the artifact of immune is under here also, just there. Really nice place to build. You got all your rare resources right on your doorstep. Next base location is going to be at 52.3 latitude, 67.4 longitude. Here's our location on the map, pretty much in the centre of the map. This is a really good location. You have got a little entrance here to the artifact of the moon cave, which is the jungle cave I believe. if you fancy going down into the depths down there. First thing you notice, you'll see there's a natural roof you have on your heads. It's pretty flat, so you've got plenty of space in here to build a structure. If you go out towards west, you'll see there's a beaver dam spawn right outside your doorstep, so you got your water source right there. Another beaver dam just down to the right as well, and there's more towards west that way, so you're surrounded by beaver dams. Great creatures that spawn here, T-Rexes spawn here, RGs, all that stuff. And if you go above your base, you got metal, crystal. Next base location is going to be located at 50.1 latitude, 84.4 longitude. Here's our location on the map, on the island of the Blue Obelisk and the iconic horseshoe, kind of like Herbivore Island from the island map. This is what makes this spot a great location, because obviously you can build a really nice water pen in here and a huge water base. Also on the beach, it is completely flat, so you can build like a really nice structure to house your dinos if you want to keep them inside. And if you just go above the cliff, there is a lot of metal spawning around the edges. There's crystal up here. You got really good creatures that spawn here too, and obviously you got the Blue Obelisk right in front of you. So surprisingly, for an easy spawn point, it's actually quite difficult in terms of what creatures spawn here. Next base location is going to be at 17.0 latitude, 36.9 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're at the base of the North Snow Mountain. If you just zoom out from here, you can see it's an extremely flat location, so it's really nice to build one of those cool builds that you need flat surface for. It's quite a nice area, very picturesque. You've got the mountain right next to you for all your rare resources and farming necessities. Down here you got the water, which is quite a nice depth for a really big water pen. You can house all your larger aquatic creatures in here. If you decide to build here, you're probably ready for a challenge, as you got access to all the snow creatures. Next base location is going to be located at 38.4 latitude, 29.8 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We are in the direct left center of the map in the floating island. We're in the main cavern, if you can call it a cavern. And this area is completely flat. I really like this area. It's like a nice area to build. If we just go up from here, you'll find your water source and beaver dams right there. This is a really good location for beavers. There is a lot of riches around this area. It's scattered throughout this whole center island. And of course, this is probably the best place to find high tier creatures in the game. Next base location is going to be located at 45.6 latitude, 56.3 longitude. We're directly in the center of the map here. This is a really cool spot to build for PVE. If you just look around the area, flat on the top if you wanted to build on there. You've got a nice few selection of metal nodes to farm right on your doorstep. This is the main base location. If you go in here on the second floor, it's very flat. You can build quite a big structure in here, or just house creatures. And if we go back to the original position, there's the land section underneath, which is a really cool area also, because there's like these caves underneath. And of course you got your water source right in front. Next base location is going to be at 61.6 latitude, 65.4 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're right next to Skull Island here. Of course, Skull Island would make a cool base too, but you probably don't want to build in that because it might piss some people off, as you will be blocking quite a few nice resources. But this island here, however, is a great spot to build. You could build yourself a smallish dino pen, and you got plenty of room to house some creatures in here. Obviously, you're right next to mainland. It's quite shallow here, so you could just swim across. You could also build a really nice water pen. And of course, Skull Island has all the resources that you need. You've got obsidian, crystal, metal, and if you go up top, there's more of it at the top. Next base location is going to be at 4.9 latitude, 52.7 longitude, and here is the location on the map. You can't see because I'm right at the top of the map. My hand is in the way. As you can see, we're next to the ocean here. From what I have seen, the biggest square flat spot you could find in the whole game. This spot is huge. It is a giga spawn. You've got to be wary of that, but of course you've got access to water right there. You've got access to all the rare resources on the lava island. Red Obelisk is right there. And of course there is 2 caves on this island. East Lava Cave and West Lava Cave, I believe the names are. And these caves are great for farming loot crates and more rare resources inside, like silica pearls. On this island, it's the best place to find high level T-Rex. Obviously, high level spawns are crazy on this map, so you won't take long to find a high level T-Rex here. Even Spinos, they spawn in these waters over here. Of course, you can find plenty of oil and silica pearls right on your doorstep. Next base location is going to be at 56.0 latitude, 22.9 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're at the Southern Snow Mountain. Very flat. You've got a lot of metal, crystal and oil around the edge of this mountain here. So you can keep that spawning. You're pretty sorted for life. Want those resources, should we say? Obviously you got access to all the snow creatures and all the riches within, so it is a really good base location. Next base location is going to be located at 38.1 latitude, 13.0 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're directly in the middle of the two snow mountains, right next to the green obelisk, as you can see. So that's very nice to be next to an obelisk. It's very flat on this area. It's a really nice spot to build on. Obviously you've got the water down here. It'd be a really good place to breed your water creatures. There's a lot of oil that spawns in here and on that snow island in the middle on your doorstep. And this is the best spot to find your penguins. So there is plenty of organic polymer to gather. Oh my god! What? Must be something wrong with the spawns on my map or something. But yeah, there's never this many penguins on here. This is an absolute army. Anyway, you can definitely find penguins on here and oil. And there's some metal nodes as well if you don't want to travel too far for your metal. But obviously you've got the two snow mountains in here for all those rare riches and all those awesome creatures to tame. So it's a great spot to build. That's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully it's helpful to you all. I'll catch you all in the next video where we will be doing the top 20 PvE base locations on the Ragnarok map. So I'll catch you all in that video. Take care. Goodbye.